Alright, here we are for another track guide. We're at Bristol Dirt, and I'm just gonna try to hurry this up. No keys to the race car, just don't worry about tires. They don't wear, and if they do, it's not very much because of the broken system on here. Anyways, moving on, what else can I say? It's dirt, the line moves, so expect to run different lines. It'll change. You'll probably migrate to the wall. And 3, it's, well, you're surrounded by other people that are probably also new to dirt, so don't panic too much, just keep it clean, and there you go. Onto the lap, because there's no need to go to pit road, so I'm not gonna bother with it, so yeah. Alright, so fix setup, fix weather using the A-Fix, and I did a few laps trying to slicken the track up just a hair to kind of simulate that transition from practice to qualifying, because it carries over, and so yeah, the reason why I skipped the keys of the race card and all that, there's just way too many variables, just way too many things that can make your lap faster or slower compared to somebody else's. So this 19.2 that I'm going to run might not be possible in other track conditions. 19.4s, 19.5s, 19.1s, who knows, I can go all over the place, all depending on where the track is slickening up. So if a lot of guys go out to practice, it'll slicken up rather quickly. And even in this one, I got one tiny line, center 1 and 2 off. That's a little slick, and that kind of makes things interesting. So keep an eye out for that. So like I said, fix setup. Brake bias I put to the minimum, 44 something. I don't remember what it said. And for the steering ratio, to the biggest pinion. So a 3.15, I believe. And that thing is quick steering because we're on dirt. So here we go. And there you have it for a 19.2. Let me back that up. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed it. We'll talk about it when I slow it down. So anyways, let's go into turn 1. The car's gonna get a little wonky on the straight, so be prepared to turn left a little bit. Sometimes, in some cases. Alright, so I paused it. I see the green pit exit going right there. Let me actually back that up a little bit. You can see pretty much once the track goes from straight to curve, that's when I'm chucking it in there. I'm turning pretty hard to the left just to get the initial turn in, then immediately turning back to the right once the rear end comes around just a little bit. You don't want to get too sideways. Here I'm just kind of trying to control the slide, watch the throttle inputs, and here's where I'm talking about where I hit a tiny patch of slick. You can see it's not even a tire width, but it's just enough to upset the car very slightly. You can't really see it. It's barely used up. There's almost no difference in the color here, but there is a slight difference. Now just watch for that to get way worse later, the more cars that run a specific groove. Again, this is all for dirt noobs like myself. I'm just terrible in dirt, but give me an off-road truck and I'll do alright. So you can see once I got to the throttle, I'm just counter steering. Keeping it nice and straight, kinda, while staying in it. Here you see how the car was pitching to the right a little bit. I turned it left, and that started the weight transfer back to the right with the rear end. I got the rear end weighted the wrong way, and when I turned back, it corrected, and now it's shifting all to the right, which means it wants to swing it around a little bit. And that was kind of intentional for the setup to into the corner, to get into the corner. You can see, same thing. I'm keeping it a little bit lower now that I don't have that weird patch to deal with. You don't want to go too low where that darker dirt is because it's flat down there. The car hates it. Use all the track. You can see I didn't get too sideways, even though I corrected a lot. And there you go. So I wanted to go back just to show how sideways I'm getting. Not really about the lap, but you don't really want to get any more sideways than what you see right here in the initial part of the corner. It's fine. Right there, got a little too pitched on me. It's just wasted speed. The more sideways you get. Just to keep that in mind, I'm trying not to get any more sideways than necessary. But again, remember the track's going to change. All this can go out the window in 2 laps. So not the most detailed track guide, but like I said, I myself am learning more and more dirt. I just figured this would be better to do it if we learn together, I guess. Anyways, Sim Racing Chewy sign.